coming. So let's go ahead and start our meeting for the Park and Rec Board on April 18th, 2023. And let's start right on to our list. Is the first thing is to approve the minutes from March 21st. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Did everybody get a chance to look them over? Anybody have any questions, concerns, any adds, deletes? No. Okay.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Can I have a second?
21st. I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, all in favor of approving? Aye. Anybody opposed? Cool. Okay, the motion carries to approve the minutes for March 21st meeting. Okay, we're going to keep moving on through. Second thing is a recap of the Easter egg hunt. Christine, do you want to give everybody the lowdown on how it went?
Well, after 2 rain dates that got rained on, we enforced our plan B, which we decided to do photos with the Easter Bunny indoors. Luckily, due to with Bill and Shell and myself, it was kind of like a group effort. We decorated this room, like Kathy said, you almost didn't recognize it.
Don't be modest. It was mostly them. All we did was bring down the chair and the bench. Hey, they did a great job.
That was a big help. It was greatly appreciated. So we had a steady flow the entire time. Really? Lots of very happy kids. There were also lots of very happy parents because they didn't have to explain to their children why nothing was going on and canceling their plans. So all in all, it went well. I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, doing it the first year, there were a few things that we need to tweak and look at, you know, if we do it indoors again. I believe the plan moving forward is to go back to the Easter egg hunt, but always have that as a backup. And which is something, you know, we can discuss further when we come back around to Easter time again.
Was there a lot of donations for food?
Yes, we did have a nice amount. You're reading my mind.
$110.
No, that's good. No, we received $110 in donations. We also received 110 pounds of food. Isn't that funny? 110 was our magic number. So yeah, so pretty good for a rainy day.
So then with the goal being, as we said before, we'd only need 1 date in the future, because if it's a rain date, we're not going to delay it to the following Saturday. It'll be either outdoors or
that would probably be ideal. That would be the board's decision.
Okay. Okay. That's something to think about. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it went really well. What I really liked about it is that we were in different stations and we were able to speak to the parents. Usually when we're outside and the Easter egg hunt is going, we have to be at our location and the parents are with the kids and they're running around. But this time, having it indoors, we were really able to talk to them and find out what they liked about the park, what they didn't like, what, you know, how they used the park. It was really nice. Wow. It was really a lot of fun meeting the parents and talking with them about.
Yeah, you guys were great. Thank you for all your help that day.
You were dressed up in your bunny costume?
No, I wasn't. Just was. And the daughter was. That was a lot of work putting it together, moving it inside, and the music in the background. It was great.
I just stood there. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, it worked for you. I thought you worked for her.
That's all you needed to do was just smile and talk to people.
Really nice. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better.
It was a great idea, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think from a photography standpoint, the lighting here was much better. So I know the parents were super happy with the photos because the lighting was better, and then when kids were getting antsy or like they could flop the Easter dresses up and you weren't worrying about going outside or like the eggs are going wrong or the kids are getting distracted. So I think the parents really liked that. I think just being mindful of keeping like a fan for the bunny The bunny got really super hot.
Yes, actually, I've done some research and there are different things that we can look at for next year that
Yeah.
I will try and get the blessing on. They have cooling vests that you can put under
Okay.
costumes. Also different things like that. I mean, also to the point, I know I had spoken with Matt and we just kind of brainstormed more of a mascot costume if we would continue on with this and researching that. And the mascot costumes have the fans and all that.
Okay.
So there are things to look at, you know, for next year.
Yeah, and maybe an alternative suit. If we're
Yes.
inside, have a different suit than if we're
Sure.
outside. And we discovered that the windows open and then, you know, handle, it was, I don't think,
It was real, it was a real, the struggle was real.
yeah, that was, it was
Yeah.
scary.
The
It
bunny
was
had a really
scary.
hard time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
It
And that was
was.
his first time of doing it, wasn't it?
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
I'd been doing before, but.
Yeah, Bill had done the bunny
Okay.
once, but we were outside.
Outside.
Okay.
I think it was when Bob broke his kneecap.
So, yeah, the bunny did have
The bunny had it.
yeah,
And then I think the
yeah.
only thing that I had, I would think maybe if we did it inside again or had to, just putting the chairs together. So we had a circular, like you line up here, you come and see the bunny, and then we had like a designated exit. And the
Mhm.
kids were kind of like, oh, here we go, and like the next people are like, oh, do we come in? Or
Yeah,
who
no,
is
and
first? Who is this, or it's your turn, and then the kids branching to each side, they were going to these eggs or these eggs. I just think having a loop direction. would
No,
just help.
I think that's great. We were kind of Hail Marrying it
Yeah,
with
yeah.
because we had to find a way to do the bunny prizes, the special prizes.
Mhm.
So that's why we came up with putting the label under the chair and being like, okay, everybody look under your chair.
Yeah,
So, you know, all these things will be great for planning next year.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was my only
Yeah.
criticism, if you will, is just for the
Mhm.
logistics of moving the kids
Sure.
around. And,
Mhm.
you know, they're like, where do we go? So I think
Yeah,
that helps.
and they were in the rows where they could dance in the middle of the floor while they were.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many eggs were left over?
We had about from the candy eggs. Now, what we
Okay,
did, we
right.
had 5,000 candy eggs. We had 2,000 toy eggs. The toy eggs have actually been kept for next year because they're not perishable. It will help us with our budget next year for this. The candy eggs, I believe we got rid of about 4,000 eggs.
Awesome.
We were filling them up.
They were filled up.
And the 1,000 that were left over, we donated to Windmill.
Very cool. No thought, and like putting too much work on other people. If the lighting was better in here for the
Mhm.
funny photos, even if the Easter egg hunt is outside next year, would it be feasible to have the bunny photos indoors? Like have people come in here and only do the outdoor part of the Easter egg hunt?
The only issue I would see with that, if it's muddy out there and then tracking everything in here, so they'd have to come out, get their photos first, and you can't come back in.
Yeah. okay.
Because usually that's one of the issues for that time of year, so.
Okay.
I actually had the same thought, but then, yeah, they'll be tracking all kinds of mud.
So I think
And-
it's a nice new carpet.
And I heard enough about the glitter that we left over. There was glitter in some of the stuff we were using. It was like, we don't do glitter. So, hey, I'm a girl mom. I've had glitter for I don't know how many years, so. So I think mud would be less appreciated.
Now, all the prizes, people,
Yes.
all the prizes are gone.
Mhm.
I always worry about that because every year there's
Left
some
over.
prizes that are.
No, we made sure, we even, a few people were like, oh, we think there's a seal underneath that chair there, you should look.
Yeah, there was one little boy had in the ball, like checking it.
Oh, yeah.
Had a good time. Yeah, well, I think it was really great. I think, last minute, switcheroo, inside photos, the room was awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't have
We
to
had all
dash
the help.
hopes or cancel the day entirely, so at the end of the day, we're still in good graces with the public.
They were happy. They were happy.
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to have it inside?
Yeah, it was kind of mine.
Congratulations.
Mhm.
So many Easter egg hunts in the whole community. were
There,
there.
Well, I was a little afraid because being the new person, I don't know how much I can get away with. So I brought it up and thought, well, it's either this or nothing.
Once you got good at this, you get away with it.
We'll see.
Thank you. Thank you.
It actually saved the township money because there was 4 people or 3 employees that didn't have to work that day,
Right. That's
if you
right.
think about it.
Alright,
So.
well, feel
There
free
you
to tell my
go.
boss all this.
I do, you got that?
With that,
All right, shall we move on to the 4th of July event planning?
Is that me too?
you're got the spotlight tonight, Christine, I tell you.
Hey. He knows my meeting, all right.
Well, we'll get down to other business and I'll take it.
Look, I'll lose my voice after a little bit. We have actually, from my understanding, we have started much earlier this year. We had our first in-house kind of intro meeting with Chalfont Borough and New Britain Borough, just to kind of, so everyone could meet the players, kind of talk about maybe any outstanding issues. So everybody has been wonderful, very, good with communicating. We have the flyer and the form, the registration form already up on the website. And we just earlier this week, I believe, or late last week, sent out emails because we're trying to do as much as we can by email to because postage is getting very expensive. Yeah, so we sent out I'm gonna say 200 emails out to local businesses and also everybody who was in the parade last year, just saying it's that time again, be involved. This is the 300th year. Be involved, whether it's watching the parade, being a sponsor, having a float. This is your hometown. Be part of it. So that's really the push that we're doing. Already in a matter of, bless you, in a few days, I believe I already have 6 applications for people being in the parade.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
So yeah,
Well, that's working because it's funny that you say that. I went to, where did I go? I went to a restaurant in New Britain to get a bingo flyer. He says, "Oh, I saw your email."
Oh,
The owner, so it's working.
it wasn't Fusion Kitchen, was it?
No, it's that Mexican place.
Oh,
Way back. burgers.
Two Casa,
yes, guacamole, something
holy
guacamole.
guacamole.
Yeah.
Or guacamole.
And he said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I
Wonderful.
got the email."
Oh,
So-
great.
So it's working.
Okay, good, good.
That's great. It sounds like we're casting a wide net early. And then, hopefully it will.
That is what I've found. I mean, with my experience and coming into this role, I have found that, the good old days of telling people, a month before, hey, we have this going on, you'll be there, right? Now there are so many events in such a close proximity that really you have to, I almost like to go almost 6 months out. As a matter of fact, not to jump ahead too much, but when we get to our fall festival, I'm going to be looking for crafters soon because there's so many craft shows and festivals and events that if we really want to have a good offering, we need to, jump on those people and get in their calendars.
I agree.
I think it's beneficial too that now Shell doesn't have to do the parking lot coordination with permits and everything else and the
Yeah.
event. So now we split, divide and conquer is I think it's more efficient because her much more time to focus on one thing and a lot more work for me. But that's
So we still need,
That was part of my job to make more work.
from us, you need,
No, I know.
nominees for parade marshals, right?
Yes.
Are we doing
Oh, go
Are
ahead.
we doing a parade marshal and a junior parade marshal?
It
And how many
was,
parade marshals?
it was discussed that maybe we would just have one parade marshal. The junior, if there is, somebody, I mean, it's not that we wouldn't consider it, we're just focusing though on one parade marshal right now. I know the VFWs in the past have been very helpful with that.
Yeah. I'll reach
What
out
about,
to, George.
Buddy's daughter?
What's that?
What about Buddy's
Yeah,
daughter?
I'll reach out to Lisa. Let's see. If
I
that's
think that
something
would be
she
like a
wants to
nice
do.
little tribute.
And I'll
Yeah,
check-
I have Kathy and
and
Marco.
I'll reach out to George, I mean, he's the post commander for VFW,
Mhm.
so.
No, that's wonderful, but you know, that's kind of where we left it.
Yeah, so I'll reach out to both.
I think it would be really nice
I
to
think
offer
that
that
would
to
be
Lisa.
appropriate,
I
yeah.
really do.
And I may have someone too for a junior marshal.
Okay.
If it's for
Wonderful.
taxes, we'll only take cash.
What this is,
No.
for homeowners association.
That's not what I,
Which homeowners association?
Meadow Ridge.
Meadow Ridge. Yeah, the only other place I could think of is maybe Shop on Borough Hall.
I'll check that, the old stone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
the
check
old
that.
one.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good
Take
night.
care.
If it's not a New Britain, maybe it's New Britain Borough.
Bring Borough.
We, are we reworking the float, voting? Remember
Yes.
last year we had like a weird,
No, it's just gonna be first, second, and third.
okay, first, second, third.
Very
There's no
simple.
categories or like, okay.
No, just easy. At the bottom of the flyer, and actually, I think I have one handy with me.
I've got it up if you want to just see it.
Um,
Yeah, it's just got name of, number of float participants, name of float and theme of float. No categories.
I'm sorry, so somebody would win.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, and what we did was we put, basically we said, this is the township's 300th anniversary, you know, celebrate with us by having a float in the parade. So it's not really a theme, but if they want to make us a big birthday cake, it was just happy birthday, so be it.
And is it cost anything to have?
A float, no.
No, it doesn't. Okay. I was just wondering.
No, but we do like money in the form of sponsors, so if you know of anybody who would like to give money, always appreciated.
Can you do food trucks at any of these events?
Actually, in the past, we haven't. It is something that we are in discussion about for more so fall festival, but that has not been decided.
Are we doing the bubble float again?
Yes,
At the end?
At the end.
Okay. And what about are we doing the hot dogs or just doing the pretzels over at the?
it will be the pretzels, from Philly Soft Pretzel, and, Dale Rimmer Siding has donated the water for, the people over at the staging area.
Awesome. It sounds like we're off to a really good start.
I think the food pantry is gonna be set up there too for donations at
Okay.
that's the staging area.
Staging, right? So just let us know what we need to do as far as volunteers go and signing up for volunteers. I'm definitely here. That
Wonderful.
I like doing the voting. I did that last year.
Okay.
My first time, and I enjoyed it. I never got to see the parade.
I never got to see
Yeah.
it.
It's my first time ever
Wrapping
seeing
hot
the parade,
dogs.
and I really like judging the float.
What
Like,
about-
from an artistic perspective?
The milk people? The milk?
Yeah, the milk people
were
were
Yeah.
there last time.
The milk people were there. They're more than welcome to
Come back.
be involved, but we probably will not serve milk because
Okay.
serving milk in
July.
July is not real popular. And I mean,
Um,
I wasn't there, but I'm sure some got wasted.
Yeah, I was there next to it. The kids liked it.
Yeah,
But I mean.
we just figure
Yeah.
water's better.
Mhm. No, I was just curious.
Yeah. Safer. Walking the parade distance.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I wasn't there last year.
All right, you may send out emails when you're.
Yes.
Sign up for.
Yes, we just, I believe it was, last Wednesday when we had our first meeting. So, once all the powers of be approve all the flyers and all that kind of stuff, it'll be sent out in mass to everybody.
So just so I'm clear, so when they come back from the parade route, set up, go through the parade, when we come back, is there the 300 celebration? Does that start immediately, or does that give time, break down everything, put everything away, and then come back?
We're not doing it on the,
Oh,
that's
that's
on the fall
that's
festival.
September. Okay.
September, so that's all right.
Sorry, I was like.
Hear me for a minute, Kathy. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
And it's the Benadryl.
That's all right.
Said when I ran out to try and help that guy, but the Untitled Committee, there'll be 2 floats.
Okay.
And then, one of them is going to have,
Flags.
veterans, if we can get enough veterans on it, and it'll be decorated with, I think, 27.
27
flags
individual flags,
From- as far back as we can go.
Yeah.
US flags, and then the other one will be,
The reenactors?
reenactors.
Yeah.
reenactors and a cake, if I'm
And I
correct.
think 300. Not for me.
Not.
I heard Marco's jumping out
On
the
the
center of the cake.
I know.
That's what the
Well,
word.
I'll be parachuting
All
in.
kinds of confetti.
My God.
Hey.
That's cool. Oh, you're on the 300 committee?
Yeah.
Cool.
Anybody else on the 300 committee? No? So you'll keep us posted.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted as of the June meetings. I will not be at the parade. Will be in Florida.
As you should.
There's no,
Yeah.
no water scene.
I will probably be on that road.
Is Public Works gonna be doing a float for, with bicentennial?
I would imagine we're gonna have something. But I'm not 100% sure of what, I think we're just gonna do our normal thing. Cause it keeps going back and forth, so.
Gotcha.
If you want to see what the 300 Club has, 300 Club, sorry, I always say that. The 300 celebration have put forth just at last night's Board of Supervisors meeting. So in the packet last night, they have a memo with all of the things that they're going to be doing, all the commemorative bits and pieces, bibs and bobs, descriptions of the float, what's going to happen with the fireworks and the fall festival. So there's a nice memo in there if you want to go and read that.
We definitely might have fireworks. Was it all approved?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, it was all approved. Yeah, so yes, there is fireworks. It'll be on fall festival from 6 to 10. We are very fortunate that the engineering and the lawyer firm have donated the money to cover the costs of the actual fireworks. So we will just have to deal with all of the supporting safety issues and all that sort of stuff. So like overtime of the police and that sort of thing. So yes, yeah,
so
there's a
I'm
whole
allowed to
nice
read
list.
Bill's notes?
Sorry.
Am I allowed to read Bill's notes on this?
Yeah, it was all public. It was in the packet. So if you just go to the Board of Supervisors, the Board of Supervisors meeting materials, yeah, it's not exec board, it was in thing. And it's a memo from the 300 committee with everything listed. So yeah, it's public.
Separate set of volunteers for the evening of the fall festival, or is everything going to?
That
Really just primarily gonna be parking that we're gonna need help with. I do believe
Yeah,
that,
it's-
who's in,
is it, they've got to work out where people can park because of fire codes and this is where they're still working on the logistics of how to actually run the night. So yes,
Yeah.
if there's a call for volunteers, definitely it'll be,
and
yeah.
Randy, that's all.
Yeah, yes.
Just gonna get the approval first, and now the details will be worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
4th of July, anything else we need to, do now?
Not just yet, but I'll keep you
Just
posted.
keep us posted. I'd like to judge.
Yeah.
I'd like to judge.
I
I'd like
really
to try
enjoyed
it.
that. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I think that would be fun. We did the pretzel, we did the staging.
Yeah,
we
we
did
did
the
the hot
food, we did the hot dog for many years. I think we can be the judges. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay.
We'll take a photo.
All in favor?
All right, so the next thing, update on the Park and Rec committee, Cynthia.
I lost it. Hold the bus. So I've got to find where I've put it now. At last night's meeting, there it is. We did pass the ordinance for the setting up of the Park and Rec Board. So now that's now part of our code of ordinances. The next one will be the resolution that will set out what the duties and responsibilities are. So we've started gathering our thoughts, and I think I'd asked everybody last month if they wanted to think about what they would like to see the Park and Rec Board do. So if you think of anything, please just email me and I can pass it along. So yeah.
Great.
And you want any more details? I've got it in front of me, so if you want me to read whatever's on there, I mean, it's long, but it's the basic thing of, I'm just reading, 5 members who will serve a term of 5 years until their successor is appointed. And then the members shall serve without compensation, sorry, no more than 2 members shall expire annually. Serve for 1 year at a, the chairman and the secretary will serve for 1 year at a time, which is like it is now. And basically it's all the same. Expenses, meetings, once a month, a liaison. I think there was one, no. Yeah, so it's basically the same, it's just putting it in formal language. So
I think that's great. I think
yeah,
that makes everybody a little more comfortable in understanding what our rules are.
Well, now this is where that is the framework. So now if you want to say, well, as a Park and Rec Board, this is what I think we should be working on. That's where I'd like to see what your ideas would be. So that's where you sort of flesh out where you guys want to move and shake. So I'd love to hear your ideas.
And when would you need our?
ASAP. So actually, yeah, so just send it, most of the board is away next week. We're at a conference, and then the following week was going to be our first May meeting, but that is only going to be a conditional hearing, so no actual business. So then 2 weeks after that, so the middle of May would be the first time we're actually going to do business. So I'd love it in the next 2 weeks would be good, so that we can start working on it.
Okay. Any ideas anybody has? Send them off to Cynthia.
Please.
Okay. All right. So moving right along, number 5, other business.
Can I just jump in since I have Mr. Chris Haney, I want to do his first from TNT softball. It wasn't put on the agenda because I just got his request.
Okay.
I said we can get it in tonight, being the fact that probably next month we won't have a meeting because of the election. TNT softball is a part of Lenape Valley. It's their travel team, from what I understand. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. They want to have a 3-day tournament in the park at North Branch Park, utilizing only the 3 fields. It's smaller than the one that Lenape Valley Baseball had. I've been in contact with Chris for like a month now or so when he contacted me. So we've been going back and forth, but the 3 fields are open. It doesn't have any conflicts with Lenape Valley since they are part of Lenape Valley. Okay. The baseball camp that was here, I organized with them. They'll move from field 2 to a different area, so there's no conflicts with them. I think it's basically what 24 teams, 25 teams,
18 teams.
Okay, 18. So if you have any questions now, I set it up for you.
Oh, yeah.
What are the dates for this?
It's Thursday the 29th, keep it 29th, all the way through the first Saturday. We would end on Saturdays. We basically set up the night before, and then we're basically, the girls grew up here playing softball. We formed a part of Lenape Valley, the girls softball. We formed travel team when they get older. So most of these girls either go to CV South or CV West. So the nature of this tournament is to have college coaches come and kind of recruit them so they get to see them play against other teams.
Wow.
That's what happened with the travel. Yeah.
We did this in the fall as a trial run, and a lot of people frequented our local restaurants here, so it's really good for the community. What we do as a team, we reached out to George Allen. So we supplied extra sanitation here, like 5 extras for the day, and they cleaned it on our bill the day before, like the Friday. They wouldn't clean the existing ones that were here, and we had boxes at each field with bags in it. So we policed the areas when we left. We just cleaned it when we left.
Yeah, so basically everything that we would normally charge for above and beyond, they were all just taken care of. So it's pretty much a done deal, I think. Yeah. So we don't ever have any problems with Lenape Valley cleaning up. So
Is this in April?
Pardon me?
This one's in April?
No.
the end of June, July. It'll be the week before the 4th.
Okay.
So my question is,
We reached out to Del Valle College. They didn't supply anyone with softball teams. We gonna go to one of the local colleges, and we hired a crew to do the grounds crew to help us while we're doing everything else. And then the younger girls, they run a little concession stand pavilion, and they're really funny for the community.
That's awesome.
What happens if it
Awesome.
rains?
Love it.
Do you have a rain date or is it rain or shine?
The rains, you know.
Yes.
Hopefully it doesn't rain a lot, we put it, we'll field dry on the field, or explode, cancel, how you do.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we'll be here for 2 of those days because it's during our working hours.
Yeah.
So, what time do you plan on starting your first game? I'm only looking at it as a maintenance
Sure.
issue, because we can't do anything out on obviously when there's games going, and there's going to be any temporary fences.
Temporary fences.
You-
I think you saw last time. We put them
I
up,
didn't
we
see
have them
last.
out, but-
I didn't see anything like that. I think you did it one day. You said, "Go ahead, try it," and that was it.
Gotcha. We put a temporary fence, and then it'll be gone by Saturday night.
Okay.
And we do the grounds crew and everything during the day. And we can-
I think for the 2 days we can work around it.
Okay.
As long as I don't want to, like I said, I think I said before, if I see it Monday, it's gone.
I won't be there.
It won't. Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any issues with a temporary fence? What's that?
Like no fun.
It's,
No.
It's good for the kids, man.
I know my daughter played travel, like they do. That's where the college coaches go. They don't go to they go to high schools a little bit, but now they're into the tournaments, the weekend tournaments, because these guys are playing in the summertime when their girls aren't playing. So
All right, but you guys feel comfortable with it? I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Yeah. Do we need to approve anything?
well, yes, because I'm gonna have to, because Matt wanted, I was just gonna approve it, but we wanted to go through the proper channels by getting it approved here, then I can write a memo and send it to the board.
Okay. All right, can I have a motion to approve, moving forward with the Lenape Valley Travel Softball Team Tournament? A second? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? All right, motion carries to approve